Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitting Den, episode 168. Yes, it is. And today is Thursday, August 20th. My name's Denise, if you're watching for the first time and you don't know that. I'm Denise, also known as Knitting Den on Ravelry and Instagram. So welcome if you are watching for the first time, and thanks for joining us. And welcome back to everyone else. All of you, my favourite peeps. Hang on. I just made a cuppa, so it's red hot. I've got my favourite tea today, which is Passion Tea by Tezo. And it's in one of my new favourite mugs, one of my new favourite places, which I really would like to get back to. If I can go there next year, I'd like to spend a lot more time in London and do a lot of the things I didn't get the chance to do this year. But I got little Missy Moo here, is just pestering me for wants petting and cuddles. So I'm trying to do that with one hand, hold a cuppa in the other hand. It's rather chilly this morning, but it's going to get hot again. We've had a couple of really chilly days here in Colorado. And I say chilly, I mean the high was like 72 yesterday, and the day before about the same, 74. So to me that's almost feeling like fallish, because we're getting lows in the 40s. But it's going to change again. We're due to get another 3 or 4 days high 80s. And that's today, but it is still just a little chilly out there. It's probably in the 50s, I think. Not a huge bright blue sky, but it's really nice and sunny. Kind of almost looks a bit hazy. So it is a beautiful morning. I hope it's a beautiful morning where you are. You'll have to excuse me for slurping for a minute, just till it cools down a bit. So, where was I? Said thank you. I said welcome. And if you've just joined the Ravelry group recently, thank you for doing that too. I'd love to hear from you, so if you haven't already done so, just say hello in the welcome thread as well. Then I can give a shout out to you, and me and Bindi and Boo, wherever he is, would say hello to you. Before we get started, I did forget to pull some names for the small prizes from last week. So I did that earlier. And I know some people have been adding, their comments, even though I did the drawing for the main prize last week. I didn't close that group. I've just loved reading all about what you want to do, and, like if you went to England, or if you've been there, what you did. So I did just pull some names right now, and I did put in all of the numbers, 2 to 129 now. So I'm just going to tell you quickly. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I think I only pulled 4 numbers, and I was going to send 5 prizes. So I might pull another number later, and I might just contact you for your address. But today the numbers that came out on a random number generator was 98, 18, 82, and 32. So 98 is Knitpick 56, and that's Terry. So congratulations, Terry. I'm going to send you just one of those little prizes, either a key ring or the Notions pouch, maybe some tea bags. You'll not know what until I've put them in the envelope, and I'll just try and get them out this week. I'll maybe contact you in a couple of days if you haven't seen this, and I'll just get your address, because I want these to be sent out and not sitting around. Number 18 was Molly Munch, and she's already in England. I was putting, let me see. Oh, I did make a note that Terry, if she went to England, wants to visit Buckingham Palace and the Bakery Bears, Dan and Kay. Molly Munch, Shelley, lives in England, but I know what that's like. Sometimes we don't take advantage of things right on our doorstep all of the time. I mean, you live there, you can't act like a tourist the whole time. So, but Molly did, I keep calling you Molly, sorry. But you've got Molly Munch and Shelley. You did post a picture of a couple of books that your friend had just given you, which I think look really interesting, and I might have to look into these. And they were about the real Downton Abbey and you know, the lady at the house. So I'm going to look into them. They look quite interesting. Number 82 was Silly Mom, who is Sylvia, and she wants to visit this. I think this is so sweet. I want to do this too. She wants to visit all of the British podcasters and perhaps visit their favourite yarn stores with them. Wouldn't that be really nice? Ooh, I'd love to try and do that next year as well, but that would mean, you know, driving around to lots of different parts of the country probably. So you're all scattered out there. But I think that was just that's an awesome wish. One dear. And then number 32 is Heidi, who is Packy Knits 1. And she wants to try all of the food in England. If you're not a picky eater, I think you would like a lot of it, Heidi. If you're a picky eater like my daughter, you'll think a lot of things are not necessarily strange, but just different, not the way you used to eat and things. But I love, of course, you know that, I love absolutely everything I eat over there. So yeah, I have, again, not done much knitting. So what I've done is brought quite a few. I can't believe I've got this many whips. Oh, there's a fly got in here. And I shut the door for Miss Bindi. Sorry. I do have quite a few whips, and what I've done is brought them all down here. I was going to show you them, but before I show you them, I didn't introduce you to my new friend. This is Walkwith. Walkwith came home with me from Walkwith Castle. And Kristen was buying her dragon, and I did, remember I said I got wine and I got that chutney, and if she wants to go out, and I couldn't bring them because the suitcase was too heavy. I did also buy Walkwith as a little pillow, and he sits on my bed. Let me let Missy Moo out. Hold on. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah. So Mr. Walkwith here came home with me. He's so soft. I love him. So I was going to start the show off with him sitting behind me, and I forgot. So you can join me there, since as the other fluff's gone outside. And let's see. Oh yeah, so I brought all these bags, right? And what I'm going to do is show you what's in each bag. It'll be a nice reminder for me as well. And I think I would like to be monogamous. And I want to concentrate on one item and hopefully knit it until it's finished. Now, because if you've watched for the past couple of weeks, because I've got this other new hobby passion of mine about getting fit and all of that and helping everyone else get fit, I've not been knitting very much. And I did mention that I want to, the knitting I do pick up, I want it to just be plain knitting right now. Well, I'm changing that rule because some of this is not plain knitting, and I'm still happy to pick it up and, you know, get it finished. But what I thought I would do is ask you guys what you think I should concentrate on. What should I make my monogamous knit? And I thought, maybe it's majority vote, or this tea is so nice. Perhaps something like that. Majority vote. If most of you want a certain item, I might, you know, pick that one up. So let me start. I don't know where I'm going to start. I've got one, and I think I've left a couple of bags upstairs. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've got this big bag with a few. Oops! I've got my big bag down here with a few things in. So we'll not go into great detail. I'm not going to show you pictures. I will probably be able to remember the names of what I'm knitting. So, and I will have to tell you about my lovely bags. This is my Rainstorm Studios bag with my coffee. which I am still having every morning. I do have a cup of coffee, but I told you last week, it's early morning because I'm up at 4:30. So now that this is still a little chill to the air, I've moved on to having a cup of tea as well. It's about 8:30 in the morning. So what I've got on these needles is, and some of these are going to look obviously familiar to you that I've watched for a while. This is my Hanging Leaves shawl. It's from the Botanical Knits 2 book by Alana Dakos. And it's a lovely heathery colour. It looks a little brighter for you on there, but like a nice mauve heather. Oh, I just love it. And the yarn, not that you need to know this to make decisions, but this was what I was using. The colourway was called Lady Slipper, which I was told is a flower, I think, in similar colours, or this kind of colour, which is why it got its name. And then, if you know this pattern, it's got on the border, once you finish the shawl, leaves in a green. It's kind of like an olive kind of green. And this is by Shibu, if I'm saying that right. Shibu. And this one is artichoke, actually. So yeah, artichoke-y, olivey coloured. So this part is plain knitting. So it's still just a matter of increase till I get the right number of stitches, and then I assume I'm casting off and then casting on with the thinner lacy kind of yarn to do leaves. So that again is the Hanging Leaves shawl, if you wanted to check it out, if you haven't seen it. Okay, what's in here? This is my bag, very first one I made, my little drawstring. And I've mentioned this before, and this being the first one I made, I did put fabric handles in. And I find it, I mean, it's doing okay now, but I've had this a couple of years, but I do find this a lot harder to pull clothes, and, you know, I still like it. It's one of my little faves. Now, in here, and I don't know what to do about this. I showed you this last week, or the week before. The week before, because I talked about England last week. It's my little blue yarn in the fingering weight yarn, and I started a sock, and no, I didn't pull it out, Kay. And I'm debating, I don't know whether to, because Kay knit on this for me. She sat in the restaurant and she did a few stitches. I think she might have done a round. And I didn't really want to lose it. But it's super, super wide. And because I'm using Turbo, Addy Turbo, and this is a size 1, but their size 1s are like a 1.5 US. I mean, it's just bigger than normal. And so what I'm finding is this is just way too, I'll turn it around this way. To me, it's way too loose a stitch for socks. It's very thin. So I think I'm going to have to pull that out. But, saying that, and I really would, I'd have to pull it out because I can't gift that to anybody, a sock so thin as that. Can you see? I mean, you can see me through it, you know, like if you're stretching. So as much as I guess it's not like I can see which row Kay did, but I'm going to pull this out. But if you want me to start a pair of socks, this is still in for the vote. I would start a new pair of socks with the blue tipped. So you can consider that still, because that's my lovely yarn I bought in York in England. Another one this is my Fat Squirrel bag. That was a 1 hour interlude because my sister FaceTimed and I just can't stop chatting to her when we start talking. So it's 9:30 now on a Thursday morning, and I think I was about to show you what was in this bag. Fat Squirrel bag, and this is matching yarn. I love it. And if you remember, this is called Iwee, and it's in 4 pieces. It's from a Barocco booklet, and it's got 2 panels with some lace on it. The front and the back. There's 2 panels here, 2 panels at the back, and 2 long sleeves. So I think I've got one side done, a lacy part and a plain part. Then I've got the back, a plain part, and I'm doing the lacy part. So I've got all of this panel just about to finish and 2 sleeves. But if the cooler weather is coming, that might be something to consider, because that's been on the needles over a year now. So that's one other consideration. Now another one that is hang my head in shame kind of thing, and those that have been watching a while will recognise this as well. Yes, it's my beautiful but very bag of what was it Kay called it? My bag of shame. It's a stole. I forgot what the name is, but have I got it in here? Because I've got the goodness, I don't even have the pattern. I've only got the lacy chart. So I need to print that pattern out again. I forgot what it's called. It'll be on my project page. This was a gift, remember, one Christmas Eve. Oh, I love saying that. This is the yarn. It's called Moonlight, the colourway. You're seeing it. I think it looks a little bluer on there. It's more grey. So it's kind of more this grey with it's got a tiny hint of blue compared to that. But this is the pattern. It's just that's why I said about. I know I said I was going to just plain knit, but I could quite easily. This was an easy pattern to follow once I got it on the chart. So I could pick that up and do quite a bit every day. Set myself a goal of like 1 triangle even. I think there's 10, 15, 20 rows, I'm not sure. So, and I've got that in my, and it even shuts, I've got that in my big Rainstorm Studios clear bag, and that huge Knit Picks pattern holder fits in there and closes. So that's a fabulous bag for that. So then there's that. Then I do have in my lovely England bag that my friend made me what I showed you, and I did get the pattern, found the pattern. This is what I started in England. This is what it is. It's a shrug, and I'm using the yarn it calls for, which is Twinkle, just a acrylic. And this one, as you can see, is grey with a bit of sparkle in, which I thought would be kind of nice for Christmas time or parties. And all I'm doing, and again, this is an easy one, and I've got quite a bit of this done. I've done the sleeve, so all it is a huge, really big long. So there's the sleeve, and if I pull it all the way up, I've got all of this. I'm already halfway across my back. And the back you defined by like that marker there, because it's got a tiny little rib, three stitches. So that's gone across the back. I need to carry on with that and then start decreasing. So that would go pretty quick because I'll start decreasing. So we do have that as an option. Shall I carry on with that, which is what I've been doing the past few weeks, because as I said, I started it in England. So that's up for a vote. Actually, I don't know what that pattern was called, if it's even got a name. Oh, I left it out. No, it doesn't. It says just long sleeve, and it does have on the back, I mentioned this, look, it's got short ones, which is really nice for summer, and I think I would try and get gauged with some kind of cotton yarn. I think that would be lovely in a pastely cotton colours, or even white for the summertime. And then I have, in this bag, matching as well, sort of, matching yarn. And you can hear rattling. I have a very, very bright, yes it is that bright, shawl that I started months ago with Tracy from Tea Plays Nice podcast, and I'm so far behind in podcasts, I'm not sure if she's doing them on a regular basis or every few weeks or not. I need to catch up with everybody. So I did start this for her summertime kind of cal, and that was Bindi, if you heard anything. And then there's dogs barking, so she better not set off. And it's got beads in it. Now, with beads, it does take a little bit longer to knit. The yarn is from Leading Men Fibre Arts, I think it's called. Leading Men? Steve with Leading Men? Yes, Steve from Dramatic Knits, Leading Men Fibre Arts. And this is called Angel Hair, the colourway. Superwash Merino fingering. So, again, that's probably a little bit more time consuming, but if you'd want to see it done, and these are the beads I'm using, you know, I'm going to actually do whatever the majority is. I'm not going to say, oh, well, thanks for voting, but I want to do this. You're going to tell me what I need to do. And then I've got one more big thing, which I did start. Remember this, and the pattern's not in here. Remember I started this as well. This is a top. It's kind of got an asymmetrical neckline. The pattern is not in there, and it should be, because it was a, ooh, I hope I can find it, because it was a free, it's a Barocco pattern again. This is Barocco yarn. Linus. Almost looks like ribbon. So that is plain all the way up, and it is plain once I divide for the sleeves and things. So that's another thing. It looks right mess there, but I'm sure it'll block out nice. That's one thing I can get on and do. And then the other two things really are not started, so I guess there's no point in saying, shall I start something new? I really should have you vote on what's already on the needles. But I do have with me, at some point when I finish something, I've got the yarn, the lace yarn for my legacy. Yes, Dan, my legacy. I think I'm supposed to swat flies every time I say that. For the shawl for Kristen that I wanted to start. So I've got that, but as I said, no, I don't really want to start that just yet. And then in this knot bag, I have, and I started 2 socks with this. And this is Barocco again. This is the same as that green. It's the folio, but I got it in cream because I wanted to do socks. And I think I started Hermione's everyday socks with this, but I didn't get very far, so I decided to just frog it totally. I don't like things sitting on the needles that long, which is hard to believe because I just showed you stuff that's been on the needles for years. So they're not actually cast on. All right, so hopefully you were jotting these things down, or you were thinking about it as I showed you it. When I open up a thread in the group today for this episode, let me know what you think I should work on. I would really appreciate it, because I would maybe go for just the easiest thing, but you might pick the easiest thing for me. I don't know. It would be fun if somebody else said, oh, knit this. So, majority vote. I'll see by the end of the week, or the weekend, if any, I'm not going to wait too long. So if there's half a dozen or a dozen of you voted, I'll see what was the most popular project. All right, moving on. I got show and tell, just a couple of little things, because I forgot to show you this, and I can't wait to use that. When I was back in England and I met a couple of our friends, I didn't show you this. This was a lovely, and I wanted to show you it because I just think it's really, as we would sometimes say, it's darling. I just think it's so sweet, and it means so much to me that someone knit this for me, and that was Sue, who I met when we went to Beamish, and I just love that it's got the beads too. So this hangs up in my bathroom in my closet in the bathroom where I go every morning, and I just say, well, I think of you every time I see it. So I wanted to just say another big, huge thank you. So things like this are so special, and I didn't show you that when I got home from England. And then the other thing I didn't get to show you, I bought a Christmas ornament, and I obviously can't wait to put it on my tree. But look at how sweet this is. So there was a shop that was selling, and like part of this shop looked like, you know, Christmas all year round shop. I'll pull that out. Oh. And so I picked this one. I have to take the price tag off. Oh look, it was only £3.99. So I've just got this, and it's open, and look, it's Big Ben in the Houses of Parliament. Oh, isn't it? I just think it's awesome. So that's going on my tree this year. So that's been sitting on my shelf, and it will sit on my shelf so I don't lose it. So, all right. Oh, I've got to put that in. I'll do it in a minute. Moving on. So not much more left. Book talk. I think I mentioned last week or the week before that I'm reading right now a lot of what they call personal development books because of me getting into the Beachbody workouts, programs, and for want of a better word, because it is a business, the Beachbody business. So I've got just, these are not all of them either. I'm waiting for this fringe to grow just a little bit more so I can kind of tuck it behind my ear. It's getting on my nerves. But I grabbed a few. This is the one I was busy reading. I've still got to get through the rest of that. The Compound Effect. Jumpstart your income, your life, your success. Well, it's basically going on about how, you know, tiny little steps every day on a regular basis, or be consistent with things, will amount to something in the end. You might think it's not making a difference, but every little thing you do, every choice you make has a compound effect, and that can be a positive compound effect, or it could be a negative effect. So I'm enjoying that. I mean, some of these books are quite eye-opening. And I say this because for years, I love reading, and I love reading easy reading and novels, and, you know, I'm in a book club and we read a lot of fiction. Some of it's non-fiction, but I've never really spent much time reading stuff that are what you want to say self-help books. I've read some, you know, which were Bible-oriented, and I've done Bible studies and things, which has helped in the past. But I've never really done anything like this. Bought these ones that were recommended for personal growth and development, especially in like I guess more for a business world or business setting. So I've got that one, and then 3 I've not started yet, but I recommend it. I think this is hilarious. Eat That Frog. And I'll just tell you quickly, the frog, because I'm like, what on earth is that supposed to mean? Eat that frog means really stop putting off, you know, the things, like if you've got things to do, do the thing that you don't want to do first. Get it out of the way. Don't keep putting off. And I think, I don't know if he, in the beginning, quotes, I have to find it. Okay, there's an old saying that if the first thing you do, I thought he mentioned who said this, but it's not saying it. There's an old saying that if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it's probably the worst thing you'll do all day. Using Eat That Frog as a metaphor for tackling the most challenging task of your day, the one you are most likely to procrastinate on. So that's what that's about, and I'm gonna, it's, you know, they're not huge big books to read, so that's great. I'm gonna start that one pretty soon. I then got this one that the girl who I signed up under with Beachbody, so my upline, my mentor, recommended as well for those that just joined her group. So I've got that one to start. You know, I could get these on Kindle, but you know I don't like my Kindle. I just love shiny new books. And then this one, I bought this one first, but I don't know, this might be the 3rd I read. The Slight Edge is a way of thinking that enables you to make the daily choices that will lead you to the success and happiness you desire. Learn why some people make dream after dream come true, while others just continue dreaming and spend their lives building dreams for someone else. So, got that, and then, yes, I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you this. This is a fun read. That's a Christmas book! I got this sent from a lovely friend while I was in England. She sent me it to my sister's house. She's just finished reading it, calling Mrs. Christmas. And yes, in between these books, I may well just start on something like this. I don't care what time of year it is. You know I love, love, love my Christmases. So that's something I might actually put in there for a little bit of fun reading. But I'm finding the other books fun as well. It's not like I'm, you know, dragging my feet or dragging myself through these books. So really, really interesting. All right, I think, well, I showed you, yeah, I said no show and tell. I've got a little bit of show and tell, and then that was the book talk. Obviously no finished objects. Seriously. I would put my glasses on, but it doesn't stop the, I think what I need to do is just hold my head up. Stop my bangs, as they're called here, from flopping. Girly chatter. Well, you know girly chat is going to be about me keeping fit, or me getting fit. So just a quick update, because I don't want to bore the life out of you guys. And if you're not interested in hearing about how motivated I am right now to get fit and healthy, finally, then that's fine. You can switch off and, you know, come back next week. That would be wonderful. But for those who are feeling the motivation from my excitement, I just want to tell you, this was my 3rd week. I'm nearly at the end, so it's 2.5 weeks of that 21-day fix program I told you about. I'm down nearly £4 since I come home from England. Since I started this, I should say, yeah. Because this might be the 4th week I've come since I've been back. But nearly £4, guys, and so I've got all those fish and chips and ice creams off my hips. And I am drinking that drink, that Shakeology, and I honestly believe that that is what's helped me stay on plan with the eating and the nutrition this long without getting fed up or getting sick of it. As you know, the 21-day fix is like a portion control as well as your workouts. So, and I'm just keeping it simple right now. I'm not making tons of different recipes. I'm eating clean, which, you know, I've finally realised I have tried lots of different diets, and it's not like I've ever needed to lose a lot of weight. I've said this before. I don't need to lose the weight, but I've always gone through phases where I do want to eat better. Because I could eat CRAP for a very long time and love the food, which is the CRAP. I love that kind of food, and the chips, and, you know, just going out for meals, just not watching calories or nothing. I could eat like that, but I don't feel good after a while. So I always revert back to some kind of eating plan or diet. You know, I've done the Weight Watchers, I've done South Beach diets, years and years ago, Atkins, just recently that Trim Healthy Mama. I've just not stuck with them, because at the end of the day, I don't know, I just kind of go back to not following their plans at all. This change now is a lifestyle change. I don't want to say it's come too late. It's never too late. But geez, I'm in my 50s, and I'm finally just starting to realise I don't need to go on somebody's diet. I don't need to follow a plan that they advertise. I just need to eat real food. And in between that real food, I can eat what they might say is not real food. I can have a Kit Kat. I can have a bag of chips. I could go out and have a meal and eat the fries or the mashed potatoes, but it will be more rare than it is common. So that's, I don't know why it's only sinking in now kind of thing. And as I said before, I've always tried to lose weight and eat better, but I never really followed it up with exercise. Sometimes I've gone through, yes, I'm going to join the gym, and I did that for quite a few months back in Texas, but that's well over 3 years ago. and I start going to the gym with my friend back there. But I never really, I did feel a bit better, but I never saw that much difference other than I'd lost a little bit of weight. I don't know why. I mean, I was going to the gym nearly every day. But again, it only lasted maybe a couple of months or 3 months maybe. And all of a sudden I just stopped. So this, what I was talking about with the beach body, I'm nearly finished this 3 weeks. But because I am trying to get, or I am going to, I'm not trying, I'm going to get you guys involved. And I'm going to get other friends involved. I'm going to motivate you as much as you will motivate me. Because as soon as this 3 weeks is up at the weekend, I'm starting again on Monday. And I've got a few of you joining me. And so that's going to keep me accountable. That's going to make me still want, after this 3 weeks, I'm not going to like, well, there you go, I lost 4 pounds and now I can go back to eating, you know, all of this rubbish or processed foods and pop a microwave meal in the microwave, which I'm not saying is anything wrong. I just really don't need to do that anymore. I can have a salad and some lean protein for lunches. And I know some of you said, like, won't you get sick of that? I guess it's all a mindset. I'm not sick of it right now. If I do start getting sick of that, I will switch it up and have something else for lunch. But it's not really good. It's not going to be rubbish food. It's going to fuel my body because I am carrying on with workouts. And as I said, I don't need to actually lose any more weight. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I don't need to lose weight. I need to tone it all up. You know, after 50, it all starts going south if you don't do something about it. So I'm doing something about it. So with that said, it's going great. I'm feeling fabulous. And I've mentioned before, look at my nails. My nails, I can't believe these haven't snapped or broken or chipped since I was in England. And they didn't chip in England. I had started taking that Shakeology before I went. I was trying lots of the different flavours because I bought myself a sample pack. And then I've done these myself since I come home with just some gel polish from Walmart. But then my niece did the gel for me, the proper, you know, under the lamp. And it stayed on so well, it gave my nails a chance to grow. And I just think they're so strong. I don't want them to snap, but I guess I'll end up having to cut them down myself because, you know, you can't have nails too long. But I'm just loving it. And as I said before, my hair's just feeling great and I'm feeling great. And normally I feel like this because we're heading into summer and lovely warm weather, and here we are heading into fall, I dare say. Well, we are here because mornings are quite chilly. And then of course Christmas, but I'm so excited. It's still going to be, I'm not going to be, oh, it's winter and I've got to wear all these layers of clothes and nobody sees me, so it doesn't matter what I eat. I'm not. I'm just so pumped up to keep on with this plan and then see where I'm at in the new year. I'll be a new me. So, my challenge, your challenge, girls who are watching this, who are joining me, we start on Monday. I'm so excited to get started again because I'm not doing it on my own this time. I'm going to be starting with you. We've got a private group on Facebook. If you want to join in this time, there's still time to get in touch with me and let me know, and I'll tell you more about the plan. It is, right now I am doing the 21-day fix with my friends, you girls, focusing on the portion control as well, doing the workout and drinking the Shakeology every day, which is a very, very, I don't want to sound like I'm lecturing, but it is an important part to me. I think that's what's been a huge bonus, is getting on that plan, either replacing a meal with this shake or a snack, because your snacks are still considered a meal too. You eat smaller meals more times a day, 5 or 6 times a day. So it's all about that kind of plan. It works. I've done it for 3 weeks nearly. I know it works for me and I'll carry on doing it. It's not too late to ask about it. Get in touch with me anytime. But if not this month, and you've got plans and you've got things going on, I'm going to do this. That's what's going to keep me going. I am going to do a challenge every month. Challenging me, really. I mean, Beachbody's got so many different workouts I want to try, just to, you know, so that I don't get bored and you can mix it up and have fun with different kinds. It's going to keep me going, so I'm going to offer a challenge and ask and offer you guys the chance to join me and join others and keep ourselves accountable and motivated. I'm going to do that month after month after month. And yes, it's kind of like a new business, and I'm very excited about it. So I hope you don't mind me talking about it. You know, I've always told you girls and guys, whatever I'm going through, what I'm excited about, I've always shared that with you. So I hope you don't mind me sharing this now. As I said, it's not compulsory to watch this part of the show right at the end, but this is probably going to be my girly chatter for a little while. And you can just push the button if you don't want to hear it. That's all I'm going to say. And finally, Kiki Boo bags, the kits, coming along nicely, hoping to get done by the end of the month. Once I get the yarn in, I'll package stuff up and get them out. I want to thank you for your patience, because I did say at the end of the month, so I feel like I'm still on track, but I just feel like it's been a long time. You guys have been waiting patiently, so trying my best to stay, keep to the date I set, which is the end of August, get these out in the mail to you all. So with that, looking forward, I'm going to be doing the Pinktober in October. So September, I think I'm not doing anything, not doing knit-alongs. I won't be joining any, because I am focused on, on me and getting myself fit, healthy, and carrying on with that and staying motivated. And I'm going to focus on finishing an object or two. Get a couple of FOs done so I can show them off to you. But then October is going to be fun. We'll just we'll get into knitting something pink, and I should go make my appointment for a booby squashing thing, because I didn't do it last year. I do it myself most months, or every couple of weeks to be honest, but I will encourage you to do that as well. Start thinking about getting yourself checked up, checked out, and all that kind of thing. Alright, wasn't that a ton of waffle? I hope you enjoyed it though, especially seeing all of these whips that I really need to do something with. Thank you for the encouragement. Thanks, if you're going to tell me what to knit, thanks for taking the time to do that, because I know some of you will, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to be getting some sewing done and just lots of other organising. I've got to go to Kristen's school tonight. It's back to school night where we can meet the teachers. So, I'm staying busy, keeping busy, and I'm always making sure I get my 30-minute workout in. 30 minutes! And it's making me want to do more, which I will eventually do. I did go out for a 45-minute walk yesterday around the neighbourhood. That was fabulous because it wasn't too warm. Today is going to hit high 80s, so I don't think I'll be going out there. Yeah, I'll just go up and do my workout. Got a few more days to finish off this programme. So I hope you all have a fabulous week and a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing, and I hope you come back and join me again in the knitting den. Bye guys.